Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of second year E. I am your teacher Saima Tanoli with the 21st lecture for civics, and today inshallah we are going to complete chapter number 3, that is social services in Pakistan. Please open your book on page number 85. Today we will be studying the problems in education. Pakistan today lags behind other countries in both literacy and education. That is a very we can say critical thing, that we are lacking behind in education and literacy, though we claim to be Muslims, and in our religion education is considered the foremost thing. In 2004, literacy rate in Pakistan was estimated at 53%. Only one half of the country's population is literate. So again it is very less. National education policy envisage enhancing literacy rate to 55% by 2003 and 70% by 2010. So this was what it was required, कि हमारी जो एजुकेशन पॉलिसी थी उसने ये कहा था कि लिटरेसी रेशो 2010 तक 70% होना चाहिए, बट इट इज़ लेस एंड इट इज़ 56% ओनली, which is again a very crucial thing. Our expenditure on education sector is 2.1. That is, illiteracy and ignorance are the chief causes of our backwardness, and that is the reason that we are lacking behind in many things as compared to the many nations who got independence with us, like we have India, China, Indonesia, Malaysia. There the education, or we can say the literacy ratio is very high. Even in Malaysia the literacy ratio is 98%. Now what are the certain reasons that we are facing, and we are facing these issues? They are failure in universalization of primary education. Pakistan has a long record of failure in achieving universalization of primary education. Primary education should be compulsory, universal and free. Only then we will be able to raise our literacy ratio. UNESCO's recommendation for 4 to 5% of GNP. The government allots only a small part of its expenditure to education. Pakistan is spending on education far less than the required. It is spending almost 2 to 3% annually as compared to the 4 to 5% of GNP, that is the gross national product, as recommended by UNESCO. UNESCO is United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization, which keeps a check on the literacy ratio of most of the developing countries. तो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जो हमारा बजट है या हमारी GNP है उसमें हमारा 4 to 5% जो एक्सपेंडिचर है वो एजुकेशन सेक्टर पे हो. Education system comparable to other countries. The quality of our education system is not up to the mark. This is a challenge for the educationist to tackle to make education system comparable to other countries. हमारे यहाँ जो standard of education है, it is declining day by day, and it is very important to raise it. And this is again the duty of the subject experts or the educationists, that they must make or write down such books which are more authentic and which are updated and more appropriate at the recent times. Pakistan's low literacy rate, that is again one of the reasons, that is unfortunately Pakistan is one of those developing countries of Asia and Africa which have low literacy rate. आपकी शरह ख़वानदगी कम है. The literacy rate in Pakistan is one of the lowest in the world. It is a great tragedy and a shame for us. The low literacy rate is one of the major hindrances in the development of the country, और country की जो development है उसमें सबसे बड़ी hindrance ये है. Then we have high unemployment in Pakistan. Pakistan, with a large population and a weak economy, is amongst the third world countries of Asia. Poverty, gurbat, is widespread all over the country. Enormous increase in its population has reversed all efforts to bring its literacy ratio or rate at par with developed nations of the world. In her country, too much increase in population also affects the economic and social standard of the people as well as the quality of social services. So, one of the reasons is that we have this unemployment because of too much of population, and when we have too much of population, not all the children are going to the school, so this ends up in low literacy ratio and unemployment. Then we have heavy school dropouts. स्कूल से बच्चे क्यों निकल जाते हैं, और what is the reason that they are even unable to complete their primary education. The poor are of the opinion that if they have many children, then these children on growing up can earn money for the family and hence increase their total income. Therefore, when the time comes for a child to go to school, the parents prefer to send them to work. Again हमारी जो सोसाइटी है, लोअर क्लास जो सोसाइटी है, पुअर सोसाइटी जो है, उसमें पुअर क्लास में लोग अपने बच्चों को, एक तो बच्चे ज़्यादा होते हैं और उनको वो प्रेफर करते हैं कि वो हमारे लिए अर्निंग हैंड बन जाए, ना कि वो स्कूल जाएं. तो अगर हमारी हुकूमत फ्री एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करेगी, कंपलसरी एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करेगी, तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये बच्चे कभी ना कभी किसी न किसी सूरत में स्कूल जाना शुरू कर देंगे, चाहे वो साथ साथ पार्ट टाइम जॉब भी कर रहे हों. अनदर थिंग इज सोशल setup in female education. Now, what is the reason for that? That is social setup in female education. Our social setup is one of the obstacles in female education. A woman's place in the society is such that she is supposed to stay at home and look after the house and the family. Many people even look down upon the working women. लोगों के यहाँ, हमारे यहाँ सोसाइटी में it is considered as a taboo that the woman should go out and work, and there is no need of educating them, as it is their duty to do household work, and they are there to raise kids and look after the family. But education is as much important as it is important for a boy, for the girl as well, because the girl is the one who will be upbringing her family in the future. तो अगर माँ एजुकेटेड होगी तो ऑब्वियसली बच्चे भी अच्छे रहेंगे और अच्छी उनकी अपब्रिंगिंग होगी. Then another factor is early marriages. Early marriages also encourage the high dropout rate amongst women. लड़कियों को नहीं पढ़ाया जाता ज़्यादा कि इन्होंने क्या करना है, इनको क्या ज़रूरत है, इन्होंने कोई जॉब नहीं करनी, इनकी शादी कर दे. That is the reason hardly girls complete their education. Then we have physical condition in government schools. हमारे यहाँ गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में फ़िज़िकल कंडीशन क्या है? The physical condition in most of the government institutions are generally insufficient. Government school lack furniture, stationery and competent teachers, especially in rural areas. दही इलाकों में हमारे पास ना ही कोई अच्छे क्वालिफाइड टीचर हैं, ना ही इक्विपमेंट है, ना ही गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स हैं. They are not having proper funds for the repair and maintenance of building. Moreover, government schools are also lack an efficient administrative setup. So this is the reason, and it is the duty of the government to check these drawbacks and overcome them. Teachers, again, low incentives for government teachers. Teachers are provided with few incentives by the government to work hard. Teachers को अगर उनकी रेस करती जाए सैलरीज़ को, और उनको उनके काम के मुताबिक उनकी रेज़ मिलें और उनकी पेज मिलें, तो ऑटोमेटिकली दे विल बी working more positively and they will be enthusiastic to work. Then we have high fees of private schools. With the government's approval, a large number of private schools have been started in the cities. They charge very high fees. The teachers are also paid low salaries and few efforts are made to improve educational standard. हमारे यहाँ प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में टीचर्स से बहुत ज़्यादा काम लिया जाता है और उनकी सैलरी उनकी वर्कलोड के मुताबिक नहीं होती है, अगेन उससे वो डिमोरलाइज होते हैं। एट द सेम टाइम हमारे यहाँ प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में बहुत हैवी फ़ी चार्ज की जाती है, विच इज़ वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल टू गिव। तो दैट इज़ द रीज़न कि फिर एजुकेशन के फील्ड में या सेक्टर में एक बहुत बड़ी हिंड्रेंस आ जाती है कि लोग अपने बच्चों को प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में भी भेजना पसंद नहीं करते। Now we have the different initiative taken for the promotion of education in Pakistan, and they are efforts to increase literacy ratio, शरह ख़वानदगी को बढ़ाने की कोशिश। Pakistan has one of the lowest literacy rate with higher gender disparity in the region. It is currently 56%। हमारे यहाँ मेल पॉपुलेशन जो है वो 65% एजुकेटेड है, फीमेल 40% है। To counter the problem, literacy centers have been established in public sector. Teaching, learning and supplementary materials have been provided to all these centers. US aid assistance has also led to opening of adult literacy centers in Sindh and बलूचिस्तान, जहाँ पे लोगों को तालीम बालग़ां दी जाती है, क्योंकि लर्निंग जो है दैट इज़ अ कॉन्टीन्यूस प्रोसेस विच स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम द क्रेडल एंड एंड्स टिल द ग्रेव। तो इंसान कभी भी पढ़ सकता है, पढ़ना लिखना सीख सकता है। द लिटरेसी प्रोग्राम हैज़ स्टार्टेड टू मेक द अडल्ट लिटरेट नेशनल कमीशन फॉर ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट विच इज़ NCHD has also established adult literacy centers all over the country. Then we have access to universal primary education. To get primary education is the basic right of every child. Gross enrollment in primary schools is 85% in Pakistan. Girls are less enrolled than boys. For this, 50% of education budget is allocated for basic education. Free education up to matriculation and free supply of textbooks are being provided to the children. Especially girl students and female teachers are granted money and special incentives. Primary schools are set up in each village to make the children familiar with English language from the very early stage. English language teaching has also been introduced from class 1. So this is something which is very important, and it should be a kind of a universal education. Then we have adult literacy, or we can say early, before that it is early childhood education, ECE. 2 to 3 million children are being provided ECE. It has been planned to open ECE center classes and enroll 5-4 million out of school children in a phased manner. Classes started in 3 phases covering 100 schools, where trained teachers are appointed on contract basis and learning material is provided to each school. So this is again a great effort. Then we have adult literacy, जिसे कहते हैं तालीम बालग़ां. National Commission for Human Development NCHD has been set up with the President of Pakistan as head. The commission has developed district based infrastructure to reach people. The task encompasses establishment of literacy centers throughout the country. The action plan target is to open 5,25,000 literacy centers with 1,18,000 teachers by 2016. The literacy program implies district specific targets, literacy cycle of 6-8 months with due involvement of mass media मोबिलाइजेशन कैंपेन। आपके लिए लर्निंग और पढ़ना और इल्म हासिल करना, इसमें उम्र की कोई कैद नहीं है, इंसान कभी भी पढ़ सकता है, तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। देन वी हैव करिकुलम रिफॉर्म्स. करिकुलम इज़ योर सिलेबस, दैट इज़ आवर स्कूल करिकुलम इज़ स्टैटिक, इट इज़ नेवर चेंजिंग एंड इन अ वे इट इज़ स्टैंडिंग देयर फॉर एवर, जिसको हमें मूव करना है। आपकी जो करिकुलम है, निसाब है, उसको ज़्यादा बेहतर यूनिवर्सल साइंटिफिक बनाना है, जो आज की नीड्स को वक्त के दौर के मुताबिक लेके चल सकें। Our school curriculum is static and not up to the level of the curriculum of developed countries. It is non-responsive to the socio-economic needs both nationally and internationally. The government has felt the need to make the school curriculum dynamic. Dynamic means changing with time and responsive to achieve the desired end. Revision of the curricula has planned in 2005, keeping in view whether the curriculum and its scope facilitate education according to the needs of the modern time. Quality improvement of school textbook is also receiving serious attention. Revised versions of various textbooks prepared by provincial agencies have already been reviewed, refined and approved. दोबारा से करिकुलम को अपडेट किया जा रहा है, उसको बेहतर किया जा रहा है और उसको मॉडर्न स्टैंडर्ड्स के मुताबिक लाया जा रहा है. Then we have mainstreaming of madrasas. To develop an integrated system of national education, Dini Madaris and modern schools are brought closer to mainstream, especially in curriculum and the scheme of studies. A plan is developed for introduction of formal subjects in Dini Madaris, including English, Maths, Social, Pakistan Studies and Computer Science. Madrasa Education Board has set up to regulate curriculum and examination of the Madaris. उसको भी स्ट्रीमलाइन किया गया है और स्टैंडर्ड इम्प्रूव किया गया है. प्रमोशन ऑफ जेंडर इक्वालिटी एंड वेमेन एम्पावरमेंट. In 2004-05 the total literacy rate is reported as 56%. It is 53 in the book, but right now it is 56 to 58, of which female literacy rate is 40 and male is 65. जेंडर एजुकेशन होती है जिसमें आप दोनों सेक्सेस को यानी मेल फीमेल को एजुकेट करते हैं. द जेंडर गैप इज़ 25%, यानी लड़कियां कम पढ़ रही हैं, लड़के अभी भी ज़्यादा है, 25% मोर. टू रिवर्स द प्रिवेलिंग सिचुएशन, ऑल प्राइमरी स्कूल्स आर बीइंग कन्वर्टेड टू को एजुकेशनल, ताकि बच्चियां भी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आके पढ़ सकें. ऑल न्यू प्राइमरी स्कूल्स आर रिक्वायर्ड टू हैव रेशियो ऑफ 60 to 40 boys and girls proportion of 70 female teachers to 30% male teachers at primary level. Then we have revamping of science education. Science education को भी up to the mark और update किया जा रहा है. पुरानी बुक्स को ख़त्म करके नई बुक्स लाई जा रही हैं, रिवाइज करके और उनको और बेहतर और ऑथेंटिक करके. Scientific knowledge is the need of the time. Without scientific and technical education, no country can emerge as a progressive nation. हम तरक्की नहीं कर सकते जब तक हम scientific और technological study नहीं करेंगे. As a result, teaching of science subject in English in Urdu medium schools is an important part of the reform process. Then we have teacher education or quality assurance. Government is committed to improve quality of education, improvement in provision of infrastructure and human resources for primary education, provision of improved curriculum and teaching learning materials to improve the quality of the teaching learning process. टीचिंग मटेरियल्स को बेहतर किया जा रहा है, स्टैंडर्ड्स इम्प्रूव किए जा रहे हैं और असेसमेंट सिस्टम को इम्प्रूव किया जाएगा. टीचर की जो प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट है वो ज़रूरी है. और इसके अलावा सेटिंग अप एग्जामिनेशन बोर्ड इन प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स, ये सिस्टम्स इंट्रोड्यूस कराए जाएंगे. देन वी हैव टीचर एजुकेशन. Again, the national education policy attaches high priority to improving quality of the teacher education. Accordingly, a full-fledged project in this behalf has been prepared and is under implementation. And through this, teacher training cadre is also established in certain areas जहाँ पे टीचरों को courses कराए जाते हैं. Then we have steps to regulate the private schools. Schools को कैसे private schools को regulate कैसे करना है. The government has established educational foundations for providing financial assistance to private sector for opening new commercial institutions. The education foundation aim at regulating and streamlining the unplanned growth of private sector education. इसको बेहतर करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट भी हेल्प आउट करती है और हमारे डिफरेंट एलीट भी. Then we have the free textbooks. The program launched in capital city Islamabad as pilot project is now being replicated in the province. Punjab alone, over 28.7 million students were provided with free textbooks during last 3 years. Even if you have any relative or anyone close to you and they need any kind of book which you have studied or you are not in need of, you should provide them. ये भी बहुत बड़ा एक सदका जारिया है कि हम किसी को बुक्स ही दिलवा दें. Then we have the higher education, that is development of facilities for higher education has been receiving the government's attention from the very beginning of the country, and the number of universities has risen from 2 to 80 since 1947. Of these, 47 are in public sector and 33 in the private sector. Participation rate at this level, however, has hardly reached 3.7% in 2006. The trend continues among the well-to-do to send their children abroad by higher studies, but अपने हाँ जो भी education है, that is the best. So this is all for today. With this we come to an end of the chapter. Inshallah, in my next lecture, which will be on Thursday and which will be the last one for these online, as we will be having schools and colleges reopening on 15th of September, inshallah. So we will be completing the exercise then. Thought of the day is, education is not only a ladder of opportunity, but it is also an investment in our future. This is said by Ed Markey, and he is a senator of America. Thank you and stay blessed.